Just getting on your geopolitical hat, Brian, before we move on with tonight's action. Obviously, the big talking point around Champions League matters off the field is the ongoing situation in the Ukraine. There has been calls for UEFA not to host this year's Champions League final in Saint Petersburg due to what's been going on in recent weeks. Sanctions, of course, implemented on Russia by the international community after they ordered troops into the two rebel-held regions of Ukraine amid fears of greater invasion. And UEFA have said that they are closely monitoring the situation and any decision will be made in due course if necessary. So, enough to predict what's happening in the match. No. What do you think? How do you think this is going to play out?
Well, I don't know how the war is going to play out, but it looks it doesn't look like it's all going to settle down too quickly. If Russia moved 200,000 troops onto the borders of Ukraine, it looks like they're going to leave them there for a while, and they're probably going to put them into action. If they put them into action, there's no chance of that match being played in St. Petersburg when the time comes. But what we've seen with UEFA is over the last couple of years, they've been very good at rearranging fixtures and coming up with solutions that people said, oh, right, so they're going from playing two-legged matches to one-legged matches. We go to play them in neutral venues. If there was an issue in a particular city, you move to another city. And they got through the tournaments and got the tournaments played. So at fairly short notice, they seem to be able to change major fixtures. They don't have to make a decision on this immediately. They may well hold on and see how it works out in terms of what teams are in the finals and play the final in a city that's convenient. Like, you know, optimistically for the English team, say for instance, two English teams are in the semi-finals, they might make a decision at that stage. If it was two English teams and two Spanish teams, for instance, we play it in either Spain or England, knowing that they're guaranteed that one of the teams will be near home. I think that's what they'll do.
You think it will eventually go that
look
way?
As the situation is in Ukraine and Russia at the moment, I can't see it getting played in St. Petersburg. I think it'll be a change, but there's also other political issues at stake.
There's big sponsorship issues as well. People watching the show this evening will see, you know, ads for Gazprom around it. The stadium is called the Gazprom
Manchester
Arena.
United are sponsored by a Russian company as well, an airline who they didn't travel with to Madrid, which is an issue for them as well. And I think as time goes on, if Russia do go for a more serious invasion of Ukraine, even more than what they did yesterday, I just can see more problems around that whole idea of playing the match in St. Petersburg. I don't see it happening as things stand today, and unless there's a total de-escalation of where Russia are at the moment, I can't see it happening there.
Well, listen, obviously the football side is a tiny, minor aspect of this whole ongoing crisis, much more serious aspects to it, but it just shows how it's all entangled football with bigger issues in the world at large.